So maybe you shut your bitch mouth at what you don't know. Okay?
Chris, the day that happens is probably the day I'm dead.
And now, CheezWits.
So I'm going to have to cut it short. I got to go sit Shiva. One of my friends from high school, her husband died unexpectedly 2 days ago.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they don't reschedule the Shiva around our call here.
That's just weird.
It's the fucking Jews, man.
I know.
That's just what happens.
And I'll be honest, when you left to get in that elevator last week and then didn't come back, I just assumed you've been trapped in the elevator this whole time.
No, I got in the elevator, got in a conversation with an engineer, and then I started coughing profusely.
Oh.
And anytime you go to these trade shows, you're out with, engineers, and you're setting up shit, and you're showing off your wares. And then you're touching these people who've likely had their hand down their pants fucking 20 seconds ago. So, I mean, who the fuck even knows? I mean, I just, I don't even bother.
Yeah.
I just know I'm going to be sick after one of these things.
Will you be using a mobile app today?
I will not be using a mobile app. Thank you. Could I get a large sweet tea, a small frozen Coke, and small fries, please? That's it. Thank you very much. I figured since Wally wasn't on yet, we could be okay.
Yeah, I just texted him. Speaking of Wally, I got a funny text from him this morning. It says...
Help, they're here to get me.
He says, can you please Zoom meeting me? I haven't done it before, and I have a Zoom meeting on Friday. I said,
Wally, we used Zoom for months on this program right here.
2.5 years. I was like, I can, but you used it for 2.5 years to do the show, so.
By the way, your Live One link still seems to work. I tried to get into it a couple minutes ago.
I'm sure it's still, because Live One, they still have their Zoom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mistakenly hit the wrong thing.
I can't get into it, but...
I can.
I mean, I probably could as a guest, just not as myself.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
There it is. I don't even know what the fuck I ordered. I ordered sweet tea, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, what is she doing unsweet tea for? Because I don't want unsweet tea. I want fucking iced goddamn tea.
I also got a call as one of Wally's references the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Yeah.
Somebody's supposed to use me as a reference, and I told them absolutely. Now, the last time somebody said, feel free to use me as a reference, it was a guy I remember I was working at Marriott 20 years ago. Wasn't the last time, but it was probably one of the first times. Guy calls me and says, so what can you tell me about this gentleman? And I said, I got to tell you, and this is God's honest truth. Hello there. One moment, Jessica.
Okay.
I'm sorry? Okay, what do you have? How about cherry? Yeah. We know I have a frozen Coca. So this guy calls, and I say, to him, well, I worked with blah, blah, blah for blah, blah, blah. What do you think of him? Well, is that within the scope of this conversation? Is absolutely, yeah, please. This is before you could just tell him, dates of employment.
Right.
I said, I got to be honest with you. We refer to him, thank you, you too. We refer to him as Postal Paul because we don't know when he's going to go crazy. Okay? We don't know what's going to happen next. He's threatened people in the office. And I got to be honest with you. We call him Postal Paul for that reason. And do you know the son of a bitch still got the job?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently what he was told, now keep in mind he didn't say it directly to me, but it got back to me that, nobody can be that bad as that guy was making you out to be. So we hope he was kidding.
Wow. Okay.
And there you have it.
Okay.
Postal Paul.
Guess who forgot today was Wednesday?
Wally.
Yeah.
I forgot today was Wednesday.
See, when you finished your text conversation with me today saying, we'll talk tomorrow, I assumed you meant you were going to talk to the lady you were interviewing with tomorrow.
No.
Not
talking to the Zoom tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, okay. So, I know you're probably, what are you guys talking about already?
We were talking about stupidity,
We were talking,
and
Oh, well, here I am.
this falls right into it.
and we were talking about references.
Job references.
Oh, really? I'd like to hear about that.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Wally, you have to listen to the show like fucking other people, okay? Because I'm not repeating it. Okay.
Say, I got the job.
You what?
I got the job. Okay?
Oh, good.
You're welcome.
They offered me the job yesterday.
You're welcome.
And thank you. And I accepted the job. Oh, they offered me the job on Monday. I accepted the job today.
What will you be doing?
And I will be the director of operations for a 501c with various levels and things they do, like dealing with issues for new immigrants to the country and helping them figure out how to get through the immigration process. And I will be doing helping unhoused people find housing.
Wow.
And I will not be completely hands-on with that. There are already people there. I am, as the title says, director of operations. So I will be fine-tuning that stuff. And there's also a day shelter for unhoused people. There is a soup kitchen or an eating kitchen for folks, and a food pantry, and then various things like clothing and emergency stuff for people who aren't housed. And I'll be doing your basic NPR liberal bullshit. That's what I'll be doing.
See, and I said to you, Wally, when I texted you
Yes.
after I got off the phone with the lady that I gave the reference for, I said, if they don't give you the job after what I just said, they're doing it wrong.
So, Jess, what kind of questions? I mean, I know you said they asked about paperwork, which is so.
She
Which is
asked
so
like
funny.
she asked how I knew you, and I said, well, we talk shit about everything on a podcast every Wednesday. Would you like the link? No, I didn't do that.
Oh,
They wouldn't.
I wouldn't have gotten the
He
job.
wouldn't have gotten the job because they would have been like,
No.
he can't multitask.
No,
So
I told him I couldn't.
no, she asked me like how long I've known you, and she said, now I can't remember all of the questions.
Is he the asshole that I met?
Yeah. The paperwork question was how did you handle all of the, various
Various
How
bullshit.
did you juggle all of the various parts of the job, like the paperwork and staff and everything? And I said, well, I wasn't privy to the paperwork side of it. I don't know how he did with that. But I can tell you after having done that job myself later that he must have handled it fine because the job got done.
Yeah, and you were unaware of the job, so
Yeah.
Get back then.
And I just said that you were basically unflappable, and she asked me how you would handle difficult people or people showing up late or whatever, and I said that you would be thoughtful about it and you would consider what was going on in their personal lives and try to figure out how to make it work for them. And
I appreciate that.
yeah,
I
lied
it's
through my
funny
face.
because somebody else that I had worked with, that I worked with here called me up and said, "Hey, listen, I've got a call from somebody, and they want references on you." And I said, "Oh, John, you're still on my list of references, even though it's been 3 years." But I said, I don't take people off. I leave people on there that not people that I think are going to give me good references, people I think are going to give me an honest reference.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he said. So how do what do you, I said, I just want you to be honest, dude. You wouldn't be on there if I thought you were going to, I do not want to sound like I'm better than I am. I do not want to sound like I'm worse than I am. I want to sound like I am what I am, because they already know what they're getting, because I've interviewed twice with them.
Yeah.
So if I start sounding too good, then the reference is bogus.
Then she asked me what your strengths and your flaws were, and I said your flaws were that you didn't know what TikTok was.
Oh, Jess, I have to tell you, I said the same goddamn thing. Because she asked me about what is your least favorite. When I was in the interview, and I was in the interview with the 4 folks. They said, "What is your least favorite something on Excel?" And I said, "Anything on Excel. I don't like any of it because I don't do it a lot. So I'm not up to date on writing any of the little S plus D minus 4, and it creates this sort of spreadsheet.
You know what's great about that, though, because
Glad to know this company's going back to Lotus Notes. It's good.
right. But what's great about that is if you need to figure out a formula to do something in Excel, you can Google Excel formula that does this, and it'll do it. It'll tell you what it is, and you just copy and paste it.
I find myself Googling so much more lately on just shit that I've forgotten how to do, or I call you.
Mm-hmm.
And because
I also informed Chris that you said you didn't know how to Zoom.
I did. I'm telling you, Jess, for the life of me, I said, I don't think I've ever used Zoom. And I had to, because it wasn't even in my phone, I had to reload it in. And I was like, I have an account, though. I must have used it at some point. But it's also automated. That I push something. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
I'm glad
no
I didn't
idea
get
what
that call.
You're glad what?
I am glad I didn't get that call.
So I got to tell you what. First, my name is Norma, and you know what I saw one time? I saw that he made a photocopy and didn't use both sides of the page. That's what I saw.
So
I don't know how Norma became from Baltimore, though.
I only have one accent that I do well. So
it's the building. So I'm going to be they're bringing me on a lot because they're doing a transition. And I wish you would have asked me about transition, because I could have told her about starting something from scratch.
I thought about that too. After I got done with the call, I was like, I should have told her that he took a station from like last in the market and built from scratch a new station that was first in the market immediately. But I forgot to do that.
Yeah. And because a lot of the questions asked me were, how are you with transitioning? How are you from starting stuff from scratch? And it never dawned on me that I designed a station from the logo on up.
Yeah.
That was a piece of shit. And the other thing I didn't dawn on, when you mentioned paperwork, I said, I've been filling out fucking paperwork from, at least in radio, from quarterlies and the yearly FCCs and public files, and I never once got a fine in 30 years, never missed a report. Mm-hmm. I said, I don't love paperwork, but I get it done. Hey, I wanted to just say something about my daughter, or the car. So I posted some pictures on the Wits page.
Yeah, you did.
And I saw some folks say a couple things like, "Oh, I hope Wally's okay." I am fine. It was my daughter's vehicle. I just wanted to throw some context. I was doing old school marketing. I just put the pictures up and said, "Context next week."
Yeah, I didn't notice anybody had commented on it, but I didn't look.
Like 4 people.
Yeah.
Or one.
I hope Wally's okay, and something, and I think I know I commented back. And yeah, it was my daughter's rollover accident. And I get it. The funniest not the funniest thing, but the most bizarre question that the insurance company and the police asked her several times, and the insurance company asked her several times, were you wearing your seatbelt? Did you see what the car looked like?
Yeah, and she's alive.
She walked away with a black eye and a couple of abrasions from the seatbelt strap on her shoulder.
Was the black eye from the air?
The air. She was wearing
airbag?
Glasses, so the airbag popped and hit her, and her head was turned, and it hit her right in the left on the left side. And we've determined through deduction, the car called 911 at 9:26 p.m. The folks who posted on Facebook that they wondered what happened to the girl they had helped at 10:30 the night before, or 2 nights before. We've determined that she was probably unconscious for about 20 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And hanging upside down, because she said, here's what she said. She said, I looked, there was something coming across the road. I don't know if it was a deer or a moose. I swerved. That's the last thing I remember until I was upside down in my vehicle, unhatched, and Army crawled out of the passenger side.
Fuck.
That car was just a fucking mess. But how do you say, were you wearing a seatbelt? No. I've walked away from this with a black eye because I was in a fucking suit of armor.
Right.
And just flopping about. They're so bizarre. The insurance company, by the way, they are doing or have tried everything they can do to not honor the insurance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bizarro questions, even to the point where when she called in the claim, they told her, well, you're supposed to be in control of your car all the time, so I'm not sure if you're covered. And
What?
it's called an accident, you fuck. And then the second woman she spoke to said to her, okay, and then like did one of those on the side, you know, where you take somebody to the side and go, so what really happened?
Oh, fuck off.
I had told my daughter, I said, listen, they're recording you the whole time. They're looking for you to say anything that will negate your insurance.
I mean, at this point,
You
does she
say
need to get a
nothing.
lawyer?
No, I don't know. I've got to get back to her and see if they totaled it yet. But I said, you say nothing except the truth and what you've already reported to the police and whatever they have. You don't, nothing beyond the facts. I saw something, I swerved, I woke up, and then apparently I woke up about 30 minutes later, 20 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know. I don't know anything beyond that. Yes, I was wearing a seatbelt because I had to undo it because I was hanging upside down in my car when I came to. Like, well, these fucking, and she went to the hospital. So she was transferred to the hospital, which is about 30 minutes from where she got in the accident. And then I went and got her, which is about 45 minutes from the accident. By the time I got there, she was being released. Yeah, you saw the car again. You think after about, 45 minutes, they're releasing somebody and saying, here, take some ibuprofen and take some Tylenol, alternating every 3 hours.
I mean, our
or
first
4
question,
hours.
both of us, when we saw it, was, how are you not dead? So,
Right.
Yeah. And for me, when I saw her, when she called me, she had to call me on Facebook. Through Messenger because she doesn't have a signal because it's up north and there's no signal. So we use Messenger and it's that call you get from a kid that says, Dad, I'm okay. Or anybody, Dad, I'm okay. And then you open your eyes because it's 11:30 going like, oh, groggy. And you see the face and you see the black eye. And I mean, there's a little bit of, redness and, some stuff just from bouncing around, I suppose. Or getting out of the car. And then you get to her and you're like, oh, wow, okay, you don't look that bad. You've got, a pretty serious black eye and it's swollen because it swells up after you get hit in the head with a fucking thing. And I was relieved. And then I saw the car and I was fucking petrified.
yeah.
I saw the car the next day and, your heart fills with fear for what could have been. But then it fills with joy for what is.
Yeah.
It's so unfucking real. It really, and it also is unreal how unhelpful the people who are supposed to help you are in these, and that includes the police and the insurance company. The hospital was tremendous, and I called them and they were fantastic with me, and they were very giving me the information I needed and just very comforting as I called on my way up there. But the police were just it's like they live in this world of suspicion of everybody is a bad person until we think they're not a bad person.
Yep.
It's like, God damn, come on, you guys. sometime a girl just gets in a car accident, and thank God she wasn't drinking, or she was just on her way home from work, you know, on a dark road she was unfamiliar with, and a creature runs out from the side. In the police report, it says wildlife. I guess the question is, what is your suspicion, or what do you think, or what? It says wildlife, food, distracted. Like she was distracted.
That's why the insurance is being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, because...
Are they trying to say she was distracted by eating while she was driving?
I don't know. I have no idea. And then it says, you know, drinking, and the police, I think, answer, don't know. Well, was she given any sobriety tests? No, she appeared normal. Then why check off, I don't know? Just fucking write no. You know, if she appears normal and she is normal and you don't give her a test of any kind, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because you just complicate shit.
Yeah.
And it's just small town police. And it's probably like a 3-person force with one chief. Yeah, they don't have a lot going on. But anyways, she's fine and yada, yada, yada. My new job, look at me, I'm yapping so much. It comes, so here's one of the great benefits. Insurance is fully paid for by the company.
Nice.
It's Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's 80-20. The insurance covers 80%, and I cover 20% up to the deductible. Oh, the deductible is $1,000, $2,000 for a family for a year, and the maximum out of pocket is $5,000 or $10,000 for the family, which is fucking pretty damn good insurance.
My new insurance policy that I have to pay for myself starts today.
How much?
Well, it's $140 a month.
Not horrible.
Not horrible. They had some plans that were like $20 a month, but because of my crazy expensive medication,
yeah,
it was like $28 a month or something, and I was like, really? Because if I had known that, I would have switched a long time ago. But it's based on your income, so you get a it's really like $750 a month, but you get a credit based on your income.
So is this Obamacare?
Yeah, it's the marketplace. But the one that was like $28 a month had a deductible that was like $7,000 or something. And,
too much.
And you're only going, at this point, it's only going to be good through the end of the year. I have to re-enroll for 2026. And the medication, your prescriptions counted towards your deductible. So your prescriptions aren't covered until you hit that deductible. And one of my prescriptions is like $500 a month. So I was like, are there any other options? So we're doing the $140 a month. That one will cover my prescription after I do the prior authorization dance with them again, which I'm already on top of that. I have 3 weeks before I have to refill it. So I contacted the doctor's office today and I was like, here's all of the information, go. Make it happen. Get it started.
Hey, speaking of insurance, did you see that our beloved leader, beloved Premier Trump, is starting a Trump RX for prescription medicine?
Is he really, or is this part of him sharing an AI video thinking it's real, in which he gave an interview about med beds that are not real?
Yeah, I think he's doing it for real. I think I'm going to have to research more. But I read it and I was like, are you This guy will stop at nothing to capitalize on people who have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He is unfucking real.
Yeah.
He really, but worst of all is, these people with nothing continue to send him what nothing they have.
Yep.
it's just it's one of those things like. You remember when you were a kid and you would tell a lie to your parents or somebody, and you had to stick with it. Once you get so far, there was no way you could go back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I think these people are who are devoted to every fucking coin he sells, every Bible,
There's nothing
everything.
wrong here. Get yourself a My Pillow. You'll be fine. Everything's fine. There's nothing to see here.
But
There's nothing to see here.
Chris, you are as a conservative. I hesitate to say Republican, but as a conservative, an anomaly that you see through the bullshit.
I don't think so. He's so much of an anomaly anymore.
No, I think
I
there's
think
a
it's
lot
starting
of
to
people
change.
that see through the bullshit, but they also realize this is the bed they've made, and they're going to sleep in it no matter how many times they've shit it and not cleaned up. Okay.
But I mean, thank goodness something's being done to address war-torn Portland, Oregon.
Well, I mean, listen. Now, let's be fair. When was the last time you were in Portland, Jess?
Well, one of my best friends from high school lives there.
Okay. When was the last time you were in Portland, Jess?
Never.
Okay. So maybe you shut your bitch mouth about what you don't know. Okay.
Chris, the
Maybe-
day that happens is probably the day I'm dead.
Maybe that's the tick.
I do hear that Portland is. I mean, the people do shit in the street, and they do drop and that the.
Well, they do that in Nashville too, but our governor's not bringing in any military force.
Well, because the people vote so predominantly for our beloved leader that he wouldn't dare piss off the people who are
if there
breading
were
his butter.
Nashville's
tranny
blue.
or two,
Nashville's blue.
If there was a tranny or two,
Yeah.
okay, walking down Music Row,
Well, they'd be
taking
shot
a
on
shit in
sight.
the middle of the street,
Yeah.
then you know what? Then the National Guard would be sent in.
Yeah. But no, we're sending them to Memphis instead.
Oh, of course. Let's see.
On the governor's invitation, by the way.
Oh no, you have to. Jess, you got to understand. Memphis is home of a place called Graceland, and you have to have grace, and the city must be full of grace, and
what's the
it must be
predominant?
calm.
What's the predominant race in Memphis?
I don't know predominant, but I will say it is heavily not white.
Yes, it is heavily not white, which makes a whole lot of sense considering the people involved in sending people there.
Yeah.
It's not. There are so few surprises.
Yeah. I mean, Portland's kind of a surprise. I've seen that TikTok is my favorite thing right now, just because they are tearing this shit apart and like mocking. You see these videos of people like, well, we're here in war-torn Portland, and oh no, someone just ordered a caramel macchiato. Like
you see somebody though walking down the street, and they've got their dick in their hand in Portland, and you hear, nice Jet 2 holiday. It's.
I've not seen any videos of people in Portland with their dicks in their hands.
Well, see, because you haven't been there. So maybe if you just keep your bitch trap shut, you wouldn't have to worry.
That's
what's going on.
That's just never going to I think you've known me long enough to know that that's just never going to happen.
I
So
just
do you
passed
think
on
that-
our place of consummation, and I believe that is absolutely true, yes. Absolutely.
Do you think there needs to be a new Portlandia made that shows the real Portland?
I guess they're going to have to.
I think they're going to have to make a new which by the way, that show was fucking hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
It's so that show is so full of it was dripping with stereotypes.
I mean, that was the whole point of it.
Dripping.
I mean, seriously, what is next out of this cocksucker? What is next? We're going to Nigeria. There's a lot of blacks, and I hear there's a lot of phone crime.
We're going to buy Nigeria.
A lot of telephone crime, and there's a lot of email crime with the Prince of Nigeria.
I'm finding this fucking prince.
We are sending the guard to take care of the blacks and also the Jews, even though there aren't any. I mean, that's what I don't know what fucking world we live in. I really fucking don't.
Well,
You know,
Just taking a look at the stuff with Hegseth yesterday.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's
Oh my God.
insanity. No,
hey, we're
I love
gonna
where-
have a fit military.
Right, I read those headlines that say no more fat generals.
Oh, that's good.
You know
that's
what?
Good. No more
Or-
Werner Klemper.
Or
That's good.
commanders. Did you see Gavin Newsom posted a picture of, at the bottom it was Hegseth addressing the military saying no more fat commanders. And then at the top was a picture of Trump taking his jacket off, being fat.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. I'll tell you what, a fat general has earned the stripes to be fat.
Mm-hmm.
They've laid their fucking body on the line, and they have fucking taken fire. They deserve to have a fucking extra hamburger.
Oh, fucking Hegseth, though. Oh, too many trips to the officers' club for you, sir.
I just feel like what's happening is that Hegseth really, really, really wants his Grindr profile publicly outed.
I don't know. And what am I going to do? What am I going to call my ex-wife? You know, because I used to refer to her as the War Department. What am I going to do now?
Oh, fuck! I mean, for a I don't know, for a guy who had so many problems, he certainly has a lot of power.
Yeah.
And it's way too much. It is interesting. So most of the little articles and YouTubes and things I saw regarding that was the silence of the people. 800 people in a room and not a single person claps.
It's kind of like
says
that
anything.
parade that they kept. What was that parade for? Where it was just like tanks going down the street in DC and all you could hear was the creaking wheels. Was that the inauguration?
Trump's birthday.
No, his birthday.
It was to actually celebrate the. It was to celebrate the army, but it just happened to be celebrated near his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to be Trump's 79th birthday a few days ago.
Right, that's right. And all you could hear was the wheels creaking, and there's no cheering.
Why didn't somebody get the cocksucker a Carvel? Okay, I mean that's what I don't understand.
Get him a cookie puss. You get him a cookie puss and just stop with all this parade nonsense.
Listen, you want to show that you're not bigoted? Get fucking Fudgy the Whale. Okay,
right. Well, Fudgy the Whale, we know, and Cookie Puss, a little sort of a little limp in the wrist area, I guess.
There's a little bit of open faggotry there. I think so. I think you're correct.
I don't know if I'd use that word, but it's. I think Cookie Puss.
It's a Cookie Puss. Hello, Cookie Puss.
I don't know why I laugh at it. I know that's trouble to laugh at it.
It is, but you're laughing. You know why? Because it's a good joke. It's still a good joke,
well,
no matter
it
how
is
bad
a good
it
joke.
is.
You know what? It is a good joke. I did.
Yes.
Oh, during my interview, they did ask me, and I told Jess this. They asked me if how I was with how I would be with transgender people, and if that made me uncomfortable. I said, "Listen, my 80-year-old father is gay and married to a man who's younger than I am. I don't have a problem. I don't give a shit. I didn't say shit. I don't give a care. You are who you are. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you're a decent human being, what do I care?"
Wouldn't that be funny though if that was the one thing that set him off, Jess? Wouldn't that be great? You know, he's got this perfect interview going, and it's like, so how would you feel about transsexual people? Oh, Jesus Christ, Norton! Jesus Christ!
Don't get me going on them transgenders. Yeah, I don't. But also, so the other thing, I guess, that if you're interviewing at a place, particularly a place that's taking care of indigent people and unhoused people and immigrants, you're probably safe saying, "I'm great with transgenders." It's probably good to have that line and to be in that camp.
I know that they would have to ask that question, but I also don't think that somebody who had a problem with transgender people would be applying for a job like that.
No, I don't think so either. Not if you were smart, or if you really actually wanted the job, you wouldn't. And I thought, Chris, I had mentioned to Jess that I don't know that 15 years ago that's a question anybody would have asked.
let's see,
I
15 years ago. What is this? This is 2025.
I think they would have.
2010. With the amount of people that I hired in 10 and 11, it was kind of like, no, nobody would ask that.
I think
I
they
don't
would
think
in
so.
that particular kind of job.
Or any job. I mean, it wouldn't be a thing. I'm not sure a lot of that existed in the form that we know it today. It existed.
No, I don't think so.
But I'm not
either.
sure it had all the letters attached.
No, I don't think so either. I think they would have just said, "Are you okay with homosexuals? Are you okay with gay people?" But now companies are building around. I know Hannaford here. They will tout their LGBTQ LMNOP policies.
You forgot the Q.
Right. Did I forget the Q? They tout their policy on sexuality or what gender.
Which store is that?
Hannaford.
Yeah, won't be shocked.
And I think they do that because, and I think a lot of stores do that because it's so hard to find employees.
Yeah, where do you find
saying,
the bacon? Go ask the they in aisle 5.
But I think that's why they ask. I think that's why they tout it, because it's hard to get folks to work. They're all but if you say, hey, listen, we don't give a shit what you're doing at home, or if you want to fucking take whatever it is to grow tits, we're good with it.
You see,
come on and work for us because we need employees.
As liberal as my father is, okay, and we know how far to the left, JTR is.
Yeah, he sure is.
But he'll see something. He'll see something like that inside of a store and nudge me in the arm and say, "What the fuck is that?" So
a lot of people do that, though. It is. I remember here watching on the community Facebook page. That was a topic. Like, what are they doing? Why we don't want weirdo? It's like, God damn.
First of all,
what?
It's weird to be monitoring what other people look like. So if you don't want weirdos, stop being a weirdo, people. Right.
Well, they just don't want they don't want people who are different from them working anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
It's just fucking wackadoodle. These fucking wackadoodles. By the way, so an interesting side note is a lot of the food that goes to this, to the not to the food pantry. Well, yeah, to the food pantry, but to the food kitchen comes from Hannaford. The same folks who banned me.
Right.
from delivering their Instacart stuff. Quite a little twist of irony here, because that's what motivated me to get back into the marketplace, go back to regular sort of. I hesitate to say no, it's regular to 9 to 5 work. It's not 9 to 5. It's by the way, it's 7. It'll be 7 to 4 probably, so longer. But so thank them. I thank them for the motivation that they gave me to say, well, let's go use skill and let's go do something else. And I'm happy about it.
When do you
By
start?
the way, so this is how I set it up, and a couple of people said, what? So I've set it up so that I'm going to start next Friday. And yeah, right. See, I see you furrowed eyebrow. I like starting a job on a Friday because I like that whatever the bullshit is, I like having that, not having to go back in the next day and take a couple days to reflect and look and digest and just
As
comprehend what's going on. And if a job sucks on Monday, it's going to suck more on Tuesday. If a job sucks on Friday, I recover, and on Monday I'm ready for what I've experienced. That's at least that's me.
That makes
I know
sense.
I'm a fucking oddball.
On that happy note, I need to go sit Shiva here. If I can get out quickly, I'll get back on.
All right. We'll see.
Really?
His friends.
Yes.
husband died.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that
so-
kind of sucks
yes.
because Yom Kippur is starting too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
Double whammy.
That's a bad
So,
fucking week.
all right.
That's a whammy it is.
I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right.
All right, see ya. You know what?
Hmm.
He's going to talk to us in a bit, just like he did last week, too.
I actually brought that up before you came on. I said, I just assumed you were still trapped in the elevator this whole time.
What did he say? He just couldn't get back?
No,
What
he said
happened?
he got out of the elevator and he got caught up in a conversation with somebody and then he started coughing and he said, fuck it.
Don't I know? Listen, I was at the Home Depot today, and I went in for what should have been a 3-minute trip. And I saw my neighbor, Ben, and I stood outside. We stood outside for 45 minutes just chatting,
Mm-hmm.
just talking away. And he lives about maybe a couple tenths of a mile up the road from me. This is part of what I like about living where I live, or living in a neighborhood like I live in. Like, though I can't see any neighbors from my house, I know my neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
which I really like. Like, you know your neighbors. It's such a lost thing. It really is so lost, because I do know people who live in those big apartment buildings, or an apartment building with 40 apartments in it, and they don't even know the person lives next door to them.
Yeah.
Because they're just shut in without any sort of. And the other part about that is they have nothing to do. They don't go out and mow a lawn, because they don't have to mow a lawn, or shovel snow, or they have their food delivered. They have no reason to leave,
Mm-hmm.
which is just insanity in my. By the way, I like your lights.
Oh, thanks.
It's very nice, because it adds, because you have such light colored hair.
Yeah.
It adds an ambiance to your hair as well.
Yeah, I did that for so the radio quilt is still behind there.
Yeah.
But I wanted a background that was more specific to do, like more appropriate to do audiobook promotion videos.
Right. Yeah.
So I just changed it.
So
up.
what did you hang? Did you hang a sheer up and then put some lights behind it?
Yeah.
How nice, Jess! You are so artsy.
Right?
You're so crafty.
Right?
You are a crafty gal.
And then I have these, you can't see them, but I put up moving blankets on these, they're supposed to be like curtain hanging poles that just, go up, they're floor to ceiling. So that you can put them up and not put any holes in your walls, basically. But I put them I put them on either side of my desk and hung moving blankets from them so that I could deaden the sound more.
Look at
for
you.
audiobooks. So I have this little cocoon area.
You have created a sound absorbing space for yourself.
Yep.
How lovely.
And I don't mean to brag, but
okay, yes you do, but go ahead.
I just had my highest earning month for royalties from Audible.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna try not to spend this all in one place. For the month of August, which you get paid for at the end of September.
Yeah.
I just got a check for $99.
Fan fucking tastic.
And my sales for September were double the ones in August, so the check that I get at the end of October will be closer to $200.
That's how it starts, Jessica.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
I just need it to become a salary soon. Like, I needed to be able to pay the bills.
Of course. But hey, that's at least a night out, or at least half a night out in Nashville. It's a couple of cocktails, if nothing else.
Well,
it's got to be a couple of cocktails.
I'm not really spending money on cocktails right now.
No, but it just in general parlance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
It is
a couple of cocktails.
It's not an electric bill. It's not a month's worth of groceries.
No, it might be a bag of dog food, depending on what you feed the
It's
pups.
about 2 bags of dog food.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice. So you're very, very nice. I was in Petco a couple days ago picking up some dog food for a 4-pound bag was $52 of the brand they were
Fuck
buying. I think it was called
off.
Origine or something. Yeah, right? These
Fuck,
fucking
no.
people. I'm like, what the fuck are these people buying?
That's what I'm paying for a 30-pound bag of the food I give my dogs.
Yeah, same here.
And
Same.
I
Hey,
ordered on Chewy
Rachel
and it
Ray
gets
makes some
delivered.
good goddamn dog food.
This is good. I mean, it's good that it has limited ingredients. It's got
Same here. We
salmon
buy, I think
and
it's some
like
sort of
it's
Alpo.
quality food, and the vet approved it, and it's for sensitive skin and stomach, and it's 50 pounds for 30 or 50
Ours
bucks
is-
for a 30-pound bag.
We get pedigree. Sometimes the high protein because of Henry's diabetes. He can't have a lot of garbage in his food.
Yeah.
So you don't need to buy the fancy with a picture of a wolf on it.
No. My
And
only problem with the
those-
food that I get for my dogs is that there's only 2 places I know of I can get it. One of them is Chewy. And normally when I order it from Chewy, they have it already stored about 30 miles away. And so I usually get it within a day. But occasionally it takes 2 or 3 days for it to come. But so I can't just drive there and get it. And the other place is Tractor Supply. And I try not to give money to Tractor Supply because they helped put us in this situation that we're in governmentally. And so that's like if I waited just enough too long to order the dog food from Chewy and it's not going to get here in time before I'm completely out, then I will buy it from Tractor Supply because then I can go pick it up. But
please tell me about Tractor Supply. I am unaware.
Oh, they donated to help get Trump elected.
Oh, probably lots of money.
Yeah.
I bet they're not happy now. I don't know. We're having a birthday party this weekend for my youngest grandchild. She'll be turning 12. She actually turns 12 tomorrow, but we're having the gathering on Saturday. And she's into some anime stuff and et cetera. And so it's stuff you have to buy online. It's not available. It's not readily available at anywhere around here. It's stuff she's watched something on TikTok or her friends are talking about it, or so it's coming from overseas. I purchased something for her, a figurine, and I saw my first tariff charge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you fucks.
Well,
you know it's coming from Asia. And I'm not fucks for them. I mean, they've got to cover their nut, right?
Yeah.
The fucks here, like, I'm paying tariff charges now for bullshit. And I'm like, fuck you
Coffee
guys.
is so much more expensive. I'm so glad that I stocked up when I did because I haven't had to buy any at the higher prices that are due to the tariffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to buy it eventually, but.
Well, I just saw that at not Costco, but BJ's, they had Dunkin' Donuts pods at $7 off for a 72 count. I was like, wow, that's a great deal. Yeah, because coffee's gone bizarro too.
Yeah, well, because he tariffed Brazil at like 50% or something.
Yeah, so now you got to look for Costa Rican coffee. or there's also some good coffees out of Africa, and coffee out of Hawaii is already too expensive.
Yeah,
it's incredibly expensive. What? You know what? I got to tell. Why do we know so much about where coffee comes from?
Because we have to figure out where our shit's going to come from before we can. I'll tell you what, since this whole Trump got elected thing, I try really hard to be conscious about where I spend my money.
Me too.
Because I don't want to, like, I haven't shopped at Walmart since he got elected because they helped him do that. I haven't shopped at Target because they caved on the DEI thing. But I'm going to run out of places.
They came back around. Target came back around, though.
I'm sure they did.
You can shop. They came back. Oh, yeah, because
I canceled Hulu because Disney caved on Jimmy Kimmel, and I know they put him back in, but
I canceled Disney, and ESPN.
All right, do you pay
I
for
kept Hulu. I kept Hulu though.
Do you pay for Peacock?
Yeah, I pay for Peacock.
I saw something the other day, and I don't pay for Peacock, but I saw where they were running ads to encourage people to join ICE.
Really?
Yeah. So it's getting harder and harder to be a good person and still be able to function in the world. Like,
Well,
I
you
can
know,
function
so-
without
but-
TV. That's not what I'm saying. But still, there are so many businesses that are either supportive of him or caving to him. And we need people to stand up to him.
So the Peacock thing is that's kind of interesting because it's interesting in a couple of ways. One is I'm not sure how able broadcasting companies are to deny advertising, paid advertising. I don't know what all the rules are there. I know that if it's obscene or whatever, I don't know about
I think
but I also
broadcasting
think they're
companies
under
can. Streamers, which is different, they may be doing through a broker, like one of those that just inserts the ads in there, and they can go back and take them out if they become problematic and they just don't pay attention. Because I know that happened with us. On Live One, we would have those ads that just get inserted in. I would be listening to one of our ads, on the ad side, as opposed to the premium membership.
Yeah.
I would be listening to the ad-supported version, and suddenly I would hear an ad for Spotify. And I would have to call my boss and go, there's a fucking ad for Spotify running on Live One. And they would go in and take it out. So they can.
Those are the
they can take them out.
ads.
They just don't always know that they're there.
Yeah, and the other fucking rock and a hard place for a company like Peacock or NBC Universal or whoever owns it now is Trump. When they threaten their licenses. And I mean, it's such a rock and a hard place for those motherfuckers.
What has been demonstrated over and over and over again, for the most part, is that if they stand up to him, he backs off.
Yes, and because I think a really good example of that is the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and that people stood up and started canceling what essentially is ABC bullshit, ABC Disney.
Yeah,
because it's all owned by Disney and ABC, but also my biggest motivation was not Disney or ABC, even though I did cancel Disney. My biggest motivation was Sinclair Broadcasting, because they are fucks.
I sent in Nashville, they own ABC as well, and
they own a station here, WGME.
So I believe they've put him back on the air here, but they initially, after ABC put Kimmel back on, Sinclair said, we're still not going to do it until he donates to Charlie Kirk's family, and whatever,
and apologize.
And so I went on their website and I said, please understand. I sent them a note, and then I sent my friend Jen a message saying, I'm going to probably need bail money. Because I sent them a message and I said, please understand that we can be entertained literally anywhere besides your TV stations. And there is nothing that we need from you. So rest assured, we can get Kimmel anywhere else. We can get our entertainment anywhere else. We can get our news anywhere else. And we will not be getting it from your stations. And then I saw some other people saying they were going to start boycotting. And I found a list of businesses that advertised with them. And I didn't buy money. I don't buy from any of those businesses already. So
I posted something on our Facebook community page regarding Sinclair and the specific TV station WGME, saying, this is a Sinclair station. This is a station that and if people don't know, Sinclair is owned by a very conservative company, and they produce nationally or home office produced bullshit that local stations are forced to air, and they air them under the guise of being like a editorial from the general manager or somebody associated, but it's really nationally promoted and nationally must carry bullshit.
Yeah.
And so I've on a couple of occasions I've sent shit to our local Sinclair station because because I don't think they understand people know who Sinclair is. But the other thing is Sinclair stations, for the most part, locally, they are not their mother company, right? Because I know some people who work at the Sinclair station, and they are not, these conservative dickheads.
Yeah.
Or and not the conservatives are dickheads, but they're not dickheads, and they're not. There's a lot of employees who are not conservative. A lot of they're just regular old folk who are middle of the road. But I still have to take umbrage with the parent company because the parent company calls so many shots. So you have to call them out. You just have to.
Yeah.
Because they're just so fucking bad for free speech.
I just assumed as soon as I hit send, the National Guard was going to show up at my door. So, so far I'm okay.
I sent him a note saying I can get my news from other television stations who are not carrying your sort of rhetoric, blah, blah. I did the same thing you did. Mm-hmm. And I think people have to do that. But that's about being aware.
Clear, I don't give a fuck about Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I don't either.
I give a fuck about the government determining what should and should not be on television.
I absolutely, that's me too, because I don't know Jimmy Kimmel from anybody. Mm-mm. I just don't. But I also think guys like Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Maher, Jon Stewart, all of these guys, comedians, Colbert, that come from that place are actually better at giving political news and national news than the news stations are.
Jon Stewart has to be my favorite.
He's fucking phenomenal. I like Colbert. I like all of them.
I like Colbert too. My thing was,
I like what's his face? Who's the other guy on HBO? That won't be able to.
I don't know.
Keep going.
I was just going to say, my thing was, when I thought they probably weren't going to bring Kimmel back, I didn't realize it was going to be a quick turnaround. But when I thought they weren't going to bring Kimmel back, and they've already said Colbert is done, I was like, I mean, they could be on Netflix tomorrow. Like,
oh, they will be.
They if those two got together and did a show, fucking come on.
Yeah. They will be, but they really do give you. I realize it's satirical in a way, but they're giving you real news.
They give you the facts. They just make fun of them.
Right, and they make fun of it. So it is real.
Yeah,
and it's truth and honesty. And man, I wish I could remember. I wish I could remember this other fucker's name, and I just can't remember it right now because he's fucking so good. He used to be on Stewart. He used to be on
The Daily Show
with Stewart on The Daily Show. Yeah, it's oh god, he's a large. He has a pointy nose. He wears glasses. I think he's Canadian. No, he's not Canadian.
I know who. I know. I can picture his face.
Yeah, and I just can't bring his. And he does an hour show as well on HBO, and where Bill Maher. It's just good stuff. His name is John, I think, and I just can't think of it right now. When I'm at home, I can think of it because I say his last name and I bring him up to watch him. What the fuck is his name? God damn it! What I wanted to ask you is, we're just about at the end of the show. What happened with The Roof?
John Oliver.
Yes, that's it. John Oliver. He's fantastic too.
They showed up.
Lovely.
So what they did, because the insurance adjuster is not approving the repair, they have to replace these box vents. And to do that, the way that they're installed underneath the edges of the shingles and then nailed down. And the insurance adjuster was like, oh, they could just use the same nail holes to replace those box vents. And they're like, no, we can't. And he's like, no, you can. You can.
No, you can't.
So what the guy did was he went up there and he pulled out the box vent that's there and then put it back in. And he videoed himself doing it and then showed how all of the shingles around it were now creased and also not sealed. And so if we get a strong rainstorm, water's going to get under them. And
of course.
He sent that in. and now we're waiting. And the lead adjuster said, I'll get back to you on Wednesday. And obviously we've not heard back from her today. So we don't know.
Yeah, well, because like insurance companies, like we spoke about very early on in the show, they're looking to figure out how to fuck you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, hey, Jess, hey, listen, hi, it's your insurance adjuster. Listen, can you just bend over the desk for a second?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to fuck you again.
Because they know that if they approve those 10 shingles around each box vent, they're going to have to, those are discontinued. So they're going to have to approve that whole slope of the roof. He said, I'm probably not going to, he probably won't be able to get the front slope of the roof because that's newer. That was done within the last probably 7 or 8 years.
Right.
And those shingles are not discontinued. So as long as they can get it to match, they probably aren't going to be able to get the front slope covered. And the front slope is where the actual leak happened. So I don't know.
It's just,
but I said to him, I said, because there's still a tarp up there. And I was like, and I'm still waiting to get the inside work done. And he said, my guess is, because the guy who does the outside work doesn't do the inside work. And he said, my guess is we didn't want to do that until the roof repair had been done so that, you know, because they're only going to pay for that once. And I said, but you're not going to, they're not approving the repair of the side where the actual leak was. So let's do the inside work. I said, can I just, whenever you guys do the work, can you just take that tarp off and replace the handful of shingles that are right there where it was? And he said, yeah, we can add that in. That's no problem.
Yeah, they'll just get an extra bundle of shingles.
Yeah.
You'll have a few extras. That's fantastic. So I guess I am this. You and I, we had a conversation real quick. We'll let our listener know that with my new job pending, whether or not I would be able to do the show.
Yeah.
And this worked out okay.
Because obviously that was my first concern, was how is this going to affect me?
Yes. Well, of course it should be your first concern. Oh, any more word on? God damn it! There's so much more. Any word on the call from the person looking for the person?
Nope.
No more information on that.
No.
You know, and here's something funny. The only people who will understand what I've just said are people who fucking tune in and listen.
That's right. If you missed the last couple of weeks' shows, you're not going to know what the fuck that was.
The 4 or 5 of you who listen regularly, fantastic.
Yeah.
Outstanding. You are in it, and thanks for. It's your friend who asked if it was me that got hurt. Who was hoping I didn't get hurt. I forget his name.
No, it's Chris's friend, Scott Schlein.
Oh yeah, Scott Schlein.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
Chris's
Scott.
friend.
That's Chris's friend.
So it's Scott. So Scott, thanks for thinking nice stuff about me, or saying, "Geez, I hope another asshole isn't dead." I'm running out of assholes that I
Who'd
know.
Wally kill now?
All right, Jess. Listen, have a good week.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.